I don't want to talk about it that much, but it's just very, very important. It's important to know. This one's very, very, very important. It's really important. Ugh. Did that really just happen? Oh, the smelly one. No, no one wants to be known as that. Worst advice ever. STDs. If your bodily stench is making the air steam up, you have an issue. Doing things for the first time. This is really awkward. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I personally wish that I was told some of the things I'm going to be telling you guys when I was younger. I kind of had to figure these things out for myself. Grab a drink because things are going to get really awkward really quickly. Why not start this video with a bang? STDs. STDs are something you want to avoid at all costs. They are
sexually transmitted diseases.
They sound awful, and they are awful. Obviously, common sense, wear a condom. That's the first way of avoiding STDs. As they say in Texas, no glove, no love. But there's more to it than just that. Honestly, it's so important after you have sex to wash your vagine, like really well, and pee. Wash and pee, always, or pee and wash, whatever you want to do, whatever order, doesn't matter as long as you do it. Trust me, the one time I didn't do it, I ended up in hospital for 3 days, but it is so important. Pee and wash, wash and pee. Because you don't know what kind of germs are going around or it's important to know. Also, another thing that's important is always check the color of your pee. Check the color of your period. I know it's kind of TMI to think about it, but it's important because it's indications of your health, also the skin in your delicate area, all this kind of stuff. It's important to pay attention to. So please don't be lazy about those things. It's really important because no one wants a cheeky little STD swimming around down there, do they now? Moving on to the next thing. Okay, second one is femme fresh. Hormones, when you first start getting your period, hormones are going to be going crazy, and with that, you can build up a little bit of a stench. One of my favorite little things is a bit of femme fresh wipes. These little femme fresh wipes you can put in your pocket, in your bag, on the go, in your jackets. They are so good. And say, you know, you're out on a date and you want to take it a little further into the night, but you know, you're a bit sweaty because you're nervous or things like that. These little babies are going to be your best friend. You just pop to the loo, a little and you're good to go, baby. Nice and fresh, ready for the day, ready for the night, and never ever smelling like crap. No one wants to be known as, oh, the smelly one. No, no one wants to be known as that. And there's just no excuse for it. There is no excuse, male or female, if your bodily stench is making the air steam up, you have an issue. Doing things for the first time. This is really awkward. It's never gonna go well. It's always gonna be uncomfortable. It's always gonna be really cringeworthy. And you're always gonna be like, ugh, did that really just happen? I think looking back, the most important thing is to communicate. Communicate what feels good and what doesn't. Because guys will think they're doing the right thing, but they're absolutely not. Like, yeah, you like that, don't you? No, I don't. Don't ever do that again, please. Doing things for the first time, don't put too much pressure on it and just communicate how you're feeling. And always pick someone you trust. I wasn't in love with the guy that I lost my virginity to. I wasn't in love with him, but I trusted him. And I think that's really important. And at the end of the day, now I look back at it and I just laugh. It's really funny stories. So yeah, it's always going to be funny and hilarious, and just don't put too much pressure on yourself. I remember when my friends and I were younger, we would like map everything out and like talk about it so much and put so much pressure on it. It's just so stupid. So just enjoy it and just be light with it and pick the right person to experience your first times with. Fourth, your intuition is almost always right. I think the younger you are, the more intuitive you are about things because your vision is kind of less clouded by, you know, bills, work, stress. You're kind of more free-flowing. You do things more last minute. For me anyways, younger, I really feel like your gut is so much stronger, and you have to listen to that. So when I was like with my, I'll call him first boyfriend, but in my opinion, it was kind of like, it was just like a very silly young relationship. Looking back, I wouldn't state it as like a proper relationship. I remember there was this summer, and one day I just had this feeling that he kissed another girl, but my mind didn't want to accept it, but my heart knew. But I could totally let it go. And anyways, a year and a half went on. We weren't together, but we were really good friends. And I found out in the most random way that he did kiss another girl. And I remember thinking, like, why did I not trust myself? Like, I'm telling you, that feeling you get, like, not in your heart, it's not in your stomach, but it's like in your gut. You just know it. That feeling, in my opinion, has come from a higher power. Like, where has that feeling come from? Like, it's something that's guiding you and telling you what's wrong, what's right, what path to go down. You have to listen to it, especially when you're young and trying to like navigate your way through situations. Block out everything that's going on in your head and just listen to that, because it will come through. Okay, this one really gets me going. If he's mean to you, it's because he likes you. Worst advice ever. I am telling you, that saying should be absolutely banned from the whole entire universe, galaxy, planet, and this literally grooms us to believe that we should be treated in a bad way, and that's like a way of showing affection and love and kindness. Absolutely not. I am sorry, but if there's a guy you're interested in, his only way of showing you he likes you is by taking the absolute piss out of you, teasing you, blah, 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 blah. Don't let him get anywhere near you until he understands that he needs to show his love and compassion and affection for you in a much higher valued way. Because you gotta value yourself more too. Going back to the first boyfriend, I remember, he literally used to take the piss out of me every other sentence, put me down. I would go over to his house, he would just play video games. I literally like was not treated well. But I thought, oh, this is normal, like it's just what guys do. Like, he loves me. Like, that's why he is calling out my pimples or things like that, you know? Just absolute stupidities. This saying literally needs to be banned. Sure, he may like you, but there's a nicer way of telling you that than treating you like shit. So don't give in to that whatsoever, and up your standards and he will up his standards. Sleep. I wish I understood the importance of sleep when I was younger. I think it would have saved me from a lot of dramatic, stupid experiences. Because when you're young, you think it's really cool. Oh yeah, last night I stayed up until 4 a.m. That is so cool. It's not cool. And secondly, your sleep, especially when you're hormonal and you're a female and you have your period and like life is just unbearable, you need to sleep it off, and beauty rest is an actual thing. And yeah, I wish I knew the importance of sleep when I was younger. This is a really awkward one. I hope that you take it on, because it's really important. Next one, don't abuse alcohol. So obviously, when you're younger and you're starting to drink, it's really fun, it's really cool. But what comes with that is you kind of abuse it when your emotions are super unstable, because it kind of numbs everything. I remember my first heartbreak, I just drank so much alcohol. I was not even myself. I was doing things so out of character. Just so heartbroken and lost that I really just relied on alcohol to like numb that. Don't abuse alcohol, really, I'm telling you. When you're going through all these feelings that you're going to go through, it's important to feel them and talk about them and communicate and not hide them with alcohol. Next one, being kind is way more important than good grades. When I was younger, I remember my mom would always say to me, don't worry, I don't care about your math grade. I just want you to be a good person. And I remember getting so stressed out by GCSEs and A-levels, and my teachers would be like, your life will be over if you don't pass this exam. I'm not saying don't study. I'm not saying don't strive for good grades, but don't let it become your life that you start being sort of antisocial and getting kind of irritable at people around you. The main thing is just be a nice person, be a good person, and you'll be totally fine, whether you get a C, D, F, or A. Okay, this one's very, very very important. Be confident in saying no. So this is a whole topic in itself, you know, being able to say no, and, you know, having sex without consent is really bad. So it's important to be able to actually say no when you mean it. But not just in sexual terms, being able to say no to that party, being able to say no to that drug, being able to say no to that drink. When you're younger, you can be very, very easily manipulated. I was extremely easily manipulated. If it goes against your soul and your morals, be confident in standing your ground and saying no. It's really important, especially in your teenage years where you're getting introduced to new things and new people and new crowds. Be confident in saying no. So important. Lastly, enjoy the ride. It's gonna be horrific at times, and it's gonna be amazing at times, but you have to enjoy the good with the bad and the bad with the good, and you have to enjoy the breakups, the makeups, losing friends, gaining friends, because those are the best years, I'm telling you. And you can't get so attached to every little thing, because that will ruin your childhood, I'm telling you. Just enjoy it, enjoy the ride. And yeah, these last ones weren't so awkward, but I think they were important, and I kind of wish I had them in my head when I was going through my teenage years as a girl. I feel like it would have changed a lot of things, but then it's good that I went through what I went through, otherwise I wouldn't have learned these things, I guess. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care, peace out.